An absolutely awful day for the equities today. Looking specifically at the NASDAQ, which led all the major indices lower. Cash NASDAQ settled down 3.73%. The futures settled down 3.82%. On the lows today, we were down 4% in the NASDAQ, which again was the worst performer all day. We actually gapped almost 20 points lower. So the high today was about $19.25 lower than yesterday's settlement. So just a bad down day all day. We actually are now in another correction for the NASDAQ since the September 2nd highs. We're down almost 8% in the last 2 months in that NASDAQ. Now, you wouldn't call this the same correction. You would just say that we're not back out of the correction because that other correction took place already. The NASDAQ was the one index that actually was down 10% already from those September highs, rallied back, and now it's pushing lower again and finishing near the close today. That's not what you want to see if you're hoping for tech to rebound. The VIX itself, the fear gauge, over 40 for the first time since June. Now, that's not really that far off when you think about it, June, but getting over 40, we had levels in the VIX upwards of 60 and 70 in that big sell-off that we had in March that was led by the pandemic. Fears out from the pandemic and what that kind of effect would have on the economy. And we're seeing that again, at least in Europe, with lockdowns in Germany for about a month, and President Emmanuel Macron of France talking about new lockdowns there as well. So again, it's the same type of news that's pushing this, along with, of course, the uncertainty of the election, which is coming up in a few short days. And then lastly, tech hearings today certainly did not help. When you looked at the sector performance, the three worst performing sectors were information technology, so tech, energy, and then communication services, also tech. And with those tech CEOs testifying today and getting absolutely grilled before the Senate in terms of their policies on censorship, and Google specifically was asked about antitrust, that definitely didn't help tech get up off the mat. So we didn't see that with the NASDAQ finishing toward the low, looking at extending a little bit more in that extra 15 minutes between the future settle and the cash settle.